This show is brought to you by Highgrove Bathrooms, Seabus Superannuation and MoneyMe. G'day, I'm DVine, and ever since I was young, I lived for doing projects around the home. Whether it was inside or outside, it didn't matter. I just loved it. So join me each week as I share my knowledge of DIYing and pass on all the tips and tricks to make your next project a divine one. Welcome to DVine Living. Righto, so the first job today is I'm going to paint this house behind me. It's actually my mum's and she's been on to me for ages to do it for her, so happily I'm going to do that for her with the Wagner spray gun. Now it's going to take no time compared to a paintbrush, and that's why I'm going to give it a crack. Okay, so before we get into it, we've got to prep, so let's go. Righto, so we don't want to paint our doors and windows especially, so I've got a little film here with an adhesive on it, which is made by Wagner. You can use tape, painter's tape, and some newspaper from home, whatever you need to use just to cover these surfaces so it's less work later on. Basically, we just want to cover anything we don't want to paint. So stick that up there, roll it out. So another vital tip to make sure you get the job you want, which is a quality one, is to make sure you go around with a bit of putty and fill all your imperfections in your timber weatherboards or your fixing holes. And then once that's set, it only takes 30 minutes. I'll come back with my sander, sand it off, and then blow all the dust away before we start spraying. Last but not least, guys, one of the simplest steps in the prepping is a drop sheet. So make sure you do it because you don't want to be scratching paint and sanding off a brand new deck. Okay, so all the prep work on the house itself is done now. We've got the drop sheets down on the deck. We've got the windows and doors all filmed and taped up, ready to spray. So next step now is to get our best friend for the day, which is the Wagner Control Pro 150 set up. So I've put a bit of water in here already just to prime it for the first go. So if you follow the priming instructions with the unit itself when you buy it, that's the best way to go. Now, a good little tip is to always make sure you use an actual shifter to tighten up the hose onto the unit itself, because you want the paint coming out of here, not out of here. So now it's ready to go. So I've got Mum's paint colour choice here, which is Comfort Grey. She's already painted a little patch on the house just to test it. She loves it. So now that we're happy with it, I've given it a good mix with my mixer. Now we simply pour it into the hopper here. This holds 5 litres, so that's pretty good because it's more time spraying, less time filling it up. Once you've poured that in, we'll prime up the hose itself. Have a look at that. That's painting, isn't it? Okay, so we'll turn this on. All right, it's coming out of here, so we'll switch it to the hose. There we go. All the pressure's built up in the hose now. So before we put it onto the house, which is where the end result's gonna be, we'll go and do a test little patch. I've just got this old little dresser from Mum's barn that's gonna end up in the bonfire, but I thought this would be the perfect piece just to test the gun before we get onto the wall. So let's have a look. Look at that. Nice, even spray pattern. Colour's the one that we chose, which is always a good sign. And I don't know about you, but I reckon Comfort Grey has got me feeling comfortable. Okay, so now we're actually up to the fun part, which is spraying the house. So when you're going to spray your surface, make sure you keep the gun maybe 20 to 30 centimetres away. This easily adjustable little spray tip nozzle on the end helps you change the direction of the spray as well. So I'm just going to start with this vertical panel here on the corner, and then we'll change it for the weatherboards. Here we go. Okay, just change this around the other way, and now we can go with the weatherboards. when you're overlapping your spray patterns, make sure you overlap by about 30 to 50%, then you'll get a nice, even coat on the whole wall. Okay, I'm just going to show you the importance of putting the film over your doors and windows. Even if you think you're a really accurate sprayer, it's always worth having it on. All that would have just been on that door. So, happy days. Lucky we did the prep work. Now, I've been able to get a lot of things done in 7-minute period in my life, but painting a 15-metre wall in 7 minutes, that's pretty good. All right, Mum, she's all painted, looks fantastic. You can stop nagging me about that now.
Oh, well, there's always another job day.
Yeah,
job number
I'm sure
2.
there is, yeah. Well, I've actually got a job for you today. You can wash this shirt for me.
Always grubby, Dale, always grubby.
Well, cheers to the finish of job number 1 anyway.
Thank you.
For the last couple of weeks, I've been renovating my kitchen, which they say is the heart of the home. Today, I'm up to picking out an oven, so let's go into the showroom behind me and see what's available. So I've had a really good look around, and this is the oven that I really love. It's the Analto double oven, and it comes with 13 different cooking functions. It's also got 2 different cooking compartments, so I can have my roast cooking in the bottom and my pavlova cooking in the top. Perfect for everybody and will feed the whole tribe. With 3 kids as a family of 5, our old single oven simply doesn't have enough cooking room for our dinners and for our guests. So we're going to take it out and put the microwave up into the top section, and then we're going to put in an Analto 60cm double oven. And this will really give us enough space to cook all those meals for our family and when entertaining. With many features, including a modern design, black glass with stainless steel trim makes choosing an oven simple. Another feature I like is the push-pull knobs, which are great for cleaning, but also means that the kids can't play with them. I can set the oven, push the knobs in, and feel safe knowing that my meal will be ready as predicted. It also has 13 functions across 2 cavities, allowing for a versatile amount of cooking at the same time. Once you've slid your oven into the cavity where it's going to live, always secure it off with the screws provided. You don't want an oven falling out of the wall and onto you. So the oven's all in and secured to the wall, so let's test it out. Hey, it's Dallas Vine. Welcome to DVine Dishes. Today we're going to make a classic Aussie roast. Lamb roast with spuds, pumpkins, rosemary, olive oil, some seasoning, and of course, oregano leaves. Yes, my favourite. I'm going to rub it all over it. It's going to be beautiful. All right, first thing we need to do, turn the oven on to 180 degrees for 1 kilo of meat, 1 hour. Perfect. All right, let's get this thing oiled up. Bit of seasoning. Really rub that in. Give it a good massage like you're on the beach at Kuta. Oh, you've got a little knot there. Let me just get that out for you. Perfect. A few little rosemary sprigs. Rosemary and lamb go together like AC and DC. How's that? Well, let's get it on. This baby's got 13 different cooking settings. Unlucky for some, but not for us. And twin cooking compartments. So I'm going to put the lamb down in the bottom one and the veggies up in the top, because the lamb's going to take a little bit longer. So the lamb's down the bottom, I'm gonna put the veggie up top. And that'll be an hour. Well, there you go, the perfect Aussie roast. Just give that a little bit of salt. If your bloke's not happy with that, well, get a better bloke. All right, that's it for Dallas, signing off. Dale will be back after the break. Just before we go to the break, Stanley are giving away a Stanley Fat Max V20 Renovators pack, valued at $5,000. The pack includes a whole lot of 18-volt power tools, outdoor power equipment, batteries and chargers, so you can do more around your home. To enter, all you need to do is go to stanleytools.com.au/do more and register. Good luck. G'day guys, welcome to part 2 of building the Great Australian Deck. If you didn't see last week's episode, this is what you missed. I teamed up with Kieran from Norrick Constructions and we demolished the old deck at his in-laws' place. Then we built a new frame over the pre-existing decking frame to raise the level to the same as that of the floor inside. We put down the Trex Protect joist tape to protect all the timber underneath the Trex decking. We finished the stairs and then we got rained out, typical Melbourne weather. But we're back fresh this morning, ready to tackle the big section, so let's get into it. Righto, so we're just going to picture frame the whole decking space first, which means we're laying a border around the whole thing, and that'll really give us a fixed area size so we can actually get the right dimensions when we cut all the rest of the boards. Okay, so other than the picture frame boards that we placed around the outside, we actually secured those with screws through the top of the board because they're a straight edge board. For the rest of the main section, we're using these boards here, which are a grooved edge, and that simply allows us to use the hideaway system, which I'll show you here. They just slip into the grooves, spaces them out perfectly for your joins, and once you screw it in, you don't see a thing.
It's day 2 now on this Trex deck installation. The boys are doing a great job. Trex is a 95% recycled plastic and timber composite decking. No trees have been felled. It's got a 25-year fade and stain warranty. Scratch resistant, great product all round.
So as I mentioned before, we have screwed through the top of the board for the border around the edge. But that's no problem because the Trex Pro plugs will fill those little holes for your screws. They're colour coded, they've got little grains indented into them. So once you pick the one that matches your grain and colour, you can simply just put it in. It's like a screw was never there.
So the owners of this house have chosen Trex Lava Rock for their decking, but there are 7 colours to choose from, so there's a colour for everybody's taste and requirements.
Another handy tip when you are decking is to always cut off the ends. I always take about 10 to 20 mil off, just to make sure that you take off the factory cut. They're not always square, and this will leave you with a nice, even finish. So we're using a tape measure just to measure every 6 board. This will make sure our lines stay true, and if they run out a little bit, just simply use a clamp and pull them back in.
So if you run into a corner and the board doesn't quite fit, no dramas, we'll just trim off what you need on the board. Using a composite saw blade, it'll give you a nice clean cut and longer durability.
They are solid boards, aren't they, Kieran?
Yeah, they are. Trex is a premium product in composites, and there are other inferior products out there that have a hollow core. so it's not as durable in the long run as Trex.
Yep, definitely. And what I've noticed since we have put down a fair section already is how quickly it goes down. Basically by using this hideaway system, we're pretty much eliminating every second screw. So normally you'd put a screw in each side of the top, 2 screws per joist. With this, it's 1 screw per board pretty much. So
yeah, so much easier, and that's why I love using it.
And no pre-drilling.
No pre-drilling.
How good.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so we've finished a fair section of the decking here, and we're up to the point where our line from the edge of the deck runs through as a breaker board. Kieran's about to cut that. Kieran, what's the importance, especially in composite decking, of having a breaker board?
Yeah, so with composite boards, they will expand and contract as the weather changes. So by having a breaker board, it means you've just got one nice line, rather than having staggered butt joints, which will mean you have to have a larger gap in between those staggered butt joints.
Right, so with timber decking, obviously butt joints aren't as big as a problem because timber expands widthways but not lengthways. It's the opposite with composite. They'll expand lengthways but not widthways. So
Correct.
A breaker board's pretty important, and it gives you a nice even line all the way through. So we've just got the breaker board in, which concludes part 2. Stay tuned next week when we bring you part 3 of building the Great Australian Deck. Before we go to the break, our friends at Money Me are giving you the chance to win a $5,000 renovation Kickstarter, so you can get stuck into that reno project. To enter, all you need to do is go to moneymee.com.au/DVine Living, enter your details, and the lucky winner will be announced via our Facebook page at the end of the series. Best of luck. There's nothing more Australian than helping someone out when they're down on their luck, and that's why I'm here in Wantirna South today. I've got Chloe inside who's reached out to me via email. Her father's fallen ill, he's just had a liver transplant and has been planning to renovate a bathroom. Well, he can no longer do it, so we're going to go inside and see if we can help him out. Let's go have a look. G'day Chloe, I'm Dale, how are you?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You've got a bathroom that needs looking at?
Yep, come on in.
Let's
I'll
have a
show
look.
you. Here's the bathroom, Dale.
Okay.
The one Dad never got to finishing because he fell sick.
Absolutely. Well, I think we can definitely work with this, Chloe, and I think we can get a pretty good result in here compared to what's in there now. I've met with the team at Highgrove Bathrooms. Here's what we're going to do to transform your dad's bathroom. We'll keep all your plumbing and services in the same location. That's going to save us time and money. I've chosen a 900 wall-hung vanity from Highgrove Bathrooms with a round stainless steel basin and matte black tapware. We've also got a 1500mm matte white freestanding bath. With the tiles you've chosen from Styles Vic and the matte black tapware from Highgrove Bathrooms, this bathroom will look $1 million. Then I'm going to call Cbus, who are going to send us some great tradies to get this project started and really put a smile on your dad's face. Okay, let's get started.
Thank you.
Day 1, Scott from All Aspects Renovation and Maintenance has stripped out the bathroom and the skip bins from XL Bins have arrived. Day 2, Ryan and Bailey are here from Shane's Plumbing to do the rough-in. Now that the plumbing's done, I'm off to Beacon Lighting to pick out some lights. And the electrician, Stuart from Switched On Electrical, is here to rough in. Our resident Chippy Blake's back from Double B Constructions to crack on with all our carpentry. Day 5 and Mitch is here from Seriously Plastered, along with all our plastering supplies from Archiclad. Day 6 and Dylan's here from DRH Tiling to do the screed in the shower base. Now the screed's completed and dried, we've got Mars and Andre from AM to PM Renovations to do the waterproofing. Now we're into the home stretch and Dylan's back from DRH tiling to put down the floor tiles, followed by the wall tiles and the grouting. Now that tiling's complete, it's time for the furniture fit off. So we've got Aquavision Plumbing's Andy and Andy. Ryan and Bailey are back from Shane's Plumbing to do all our plumbing fit offs. We're just about there and Chris is here from CJF Painting and Decorating Services to do all our painting. So we're up to the final day and Stuart's here from Switched On Electrical to do our electrical fit-offs, and Mr Safe Hands Lockie from Cockatoo Glass and Glazing is here to do the delicate shower screen installs.
So the job's finished and it looks absolutely amazing. It's so good to see Mum and Dad so emotional and happy about the job's been done. I can't thank Dale enough.
So we've just seen the bathroom. It's incredible. It's so beautiful and it's what we would have done when we were originally going to renovate. It's so perfect. We're so appreciative and we want to thank everybody who was involved. Just the generosity of all the trades giving their time, and Dale and just everybody who contributed, and we're just so thankful that, you know, the Australian spirit is out there and helping people who really need it, because that's us at the minute.
Yeah. Wow, that bathroom really does look fantastic, and there's no better feeling than helping out somebody in need. A big special thanks has to go out to the teams at Highgrove Bathrooms, Seabus Super, Styles Tiles, and of course Beacon Lighting. Well, our job here is done, and this family has a beautiful bathroom they can enjoy for years to come. Well, there you go, guys. What a great show. If you want any more information about anything on today's show, make sure you head to our website. And if you want your chance to win some great prizes, hit up our Facebook page at DVine Living. Well, we'll be back next week. We'll see you then.